The Mercedes GLA is a new rival to the likes of the Audi Q3 and Range Rover Evoque. Like both of those cars, it will also be offered with four-wheel drive. The GLA is based on the smaller A-Class, but unlike that car's focus on sporty handling, the GLA is said to put comfort first. We've invited a selection of WHATCAR readers to our studios to see the car and tell us what they think.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with the car, really. It's something I've been looking at for a little while. I'm thinking of trading up. I've got a two-door at the moment, but it's a bit low to the ground, difficult to get into. So I was looking for something a bit more comfortable, softer suspension and a bit higher seating. It's easy to get into and out of, so there's plenty of headroom, but without being a tall car. It looks a modern car. The only other thing I was looking at, I looked at another brochure, and in Germany they've got a couple of other petrol engines that they haven't released yet. I think it's like a lot of things with a new car. You find that there'll be a 2015 version shortly, and it'll have a few more extras on and a few more options. So it's a question of deciding whether to wait or whether just go in feet first and order one.
It's something I've been waiting to see for quite a long time, in fact. My wife's got an A-Class. She's had it for a number of years and been absolutely delighted with it. And when the new A-Class came out, I have to say it was a bit of a disappointment for us. I'm sure it was good news for a lot of people. I think having seen it now, I'm not convinced it's actually the solution or the right answer for us. A number of things work against it. First of all, I think in terms of its practicality, although physically it's probably a bigger car than the old A-Class was, in terms of the storage, particularly in the boot, it does a better job, but it's a very shallow boot. When the seats go down, you still haven't got much height there in the boot. We've actually got things like fridges and washing machines in the back of my wife's car before. It's incredibly versatile, and it has been a second car, and I think we were looking at the replacement as being a second car as well. I don't think this fits the bill. I think the other thing is, in terms of cost, it's considerably more expensive. I do think it's moved that market in terms of where it's being placed. But we're looking at this vehicle here, which I think list price is about 31,000, and the way it's spec'd up today, it's nearly 38,000. It's a heck of a lot of money for what we'd be looking at as a second car.
We have two Mercedes Benz cars in the family, a C-Class and an E-Class, and even the E-Class is 3 years old now. And looking at this one, obviously the quality's moved on. It appears to be very well put together. The feel of the steering, the materials, the seats. It seems to be a really quality product. Obviously, as new developments take place, you expect products to get better and better. And this is not a letdown. This is quite good. To try and get in and out of the car is much easier than the A-Class. My reason for coming to see the car today was that my elderly parents should be able to climb in and out easily enough. My father has a problem. He can get in, but when he's trying to climb out of the E-Class, he has a bit of a difficulty. So we are looking to change, and we would have to consider our options very carefully.
It's a very nice looking car. It's quite a masculine look. The front's very aggressive, particularly in this colour. I find the inside, well, we drive at home, we drive a Countryman, and I would compare it directly with a Countryman. I find it's probably about the same size, but it's slightly wider and maybe a little bit taller. It's obviously a more powerful engine, but I feel it fits into the same niche. It's four-wheel drive, it's a diesel, and it's an automatic, and it seems to fit the brief for another car if we needed to change one. Although it's a nice crossover style, it's not quite off-roady enough for me personally. It's certainly not as high and as big as I expected. The boot space is quite limited. It is beautifully built, and it feels very sporty inside. Whether the drive would translate the same as that, I don't know, but my initial impression of very nice quality. Compared to a Countryman or anything similar, it's a very premium upmarket brand.
The Mercedes GLA is on sale now, priced from just under £26,000 for the entry-level diesel version. To see what we make of this new Mercedes SUV, read the first drive review of the GLA on WHATCAR.com.